Yo, yo, yo. We are in the building, man, live and direct, man. Once again, tell a friend. Mm. Another day, another dollar, another chance to make them hollow. Come on in. Same as ever. Same routine, same protocol. No likes, just shares. Okay? Just share them on. Don't hit the like button, just share them on. Don't hit the like button, just share them on. Okay? That's all we doing here, man. Don't even hit the like button, just share them all, man. We are in the building. Salute to everybody out there, man. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. Yesterday there was a triple homicide at a rental. At a rental office. Who remembers that? Who remembers the triple homicide at the rental office in Minnesota the other day? Triple homicide at a rental office. They found 3 people dead in a rental office in Minnesota, along with the 2 mass shootings they had the day before. Jeez. We gonna bring you some news on that. We're gonna bring you some update on that one. And we're gonna do a couple stories, and then we're gonna get into the Nolan Wells. Yo, these black people become famous so randomly, man. I don't like. You would have thought we knew Nolan Wells. I ain't know Nolan Wells from a can of paint. Yeesh. What can you do? What can you do? But report on it. Bring it to the people. Give the people a chance to speak their piece on it. New beach footage here. Yeah. That's some new footage from Nolan Wells today, man. It's not idiots, Robert. These people are not idiots. These people know what they're doing. These people are not idiots. When you call them idiots, you're giving them a pass. When you call these race grifters idiots, you're giving them a pass. As if they don't know. After they really think, as if they really think that those white kids murdered them. They don't think that. Crump, none of them niggas think that happened, man. Trust me, I'm a nigga. None of them niggas think that happened. They're just extorting white people and extorting America with these racial narratives. It's extortion. Also, white people had the victim card with Austin Metcalf. White people had the victim card. Blacks want to get that victim card back. We coming for our victim card. We had a triple homicide in Minneapolis, Minnesota the other day. I think it was Minnesota. I don't know where Minnesota was, but we'll get to that. 3 people found dead in a rental office. Who do you think did this, though? Minnesota. Minnesota, who do you think killed 3 people in a rental office and then fled? Who do y'all think did that? Shout out, man. I'd like y'all please make a comment on the OckNationNews.com. Please go there and make a comment, man. We need all the people supporting the channel, going to the channel every day, man. We need all the people going to the channel every single day, man. There's some Amish dude. Could have been. Shout out. All right, let's get into it, man. We got enough people in here. We got 68 in here. All right, let's go. Let's get it started.
Breaking as we come on the air, Ramsey County prosecutors have now charged the man they say they believe shot and killed 3 people, execution style, at a St. Paul apartment complex.
That's a motherfucking Somalian, man. A motherfucking Somalian, man. Shot and killed 3 people, execution style, at a rental office. A motherfucking Somalian. That ain't no ninja. That's a Somalian, man. They their own shit, man. They want to be their own shit. Let them be their own shit. 68 IQ? Shit. That's Sons don't even have no 68 IQ, man. These motherfuckers dumb as shit, man. .68 average IQ. Jeez.
Sigab Benesu faces 3 counts of second-degree murder.
Sigab Benesu. You came all the way over here to go to prison. He came all the way to America to go to prison. But American prison is better than Somalia, so he's still made out. Lucky bastard.
Apartment complex. Sigab Benesu faces 3 counts of second-degree murder and is in the Ramsey County Jail ahead of his first court appearance, which will be tomorrow. Thanks for joining us at 5 on air and streaming live. I'm Rena Sargentopoulos.
And I'm Kevin Holmes. Charging documents show the shooting stemmed from an argument between the suspect and apartment staff over a parking contract he recently signed.
Police have also identified the 3 victims as a 43-year-old man and 2.
Kevin Holmes. Charging documents show the shooting stemmed from an argument between the suspect and apartment staff over a parking contract he recently signed.
Police have also identified the 3 victims as a 43-year-old man and 2 women who are 25 and 56 years old. Now, this all unfolded around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon near the intersection of St. Paul Avenue and Davern Street. That's in the Highland Park neighborhood. Our Sammy Solina joins us now live with the top story. Sammy?
Yeah, Rena, Kevin, the complaint indicates that the suspect was angry over a parking spot. It goes on to say that before he shot and killed those 3 workers, he was told by building management or someone on the phone that he could not cancel his parking. As details emerge on her death,
My coping, I just keep laughing. It's I'm either laughing or I'm crying. There's no in between.
Sasha Deans isn't concentrating on how her mom, Dina Silcox, died.
You had to get her Mountain Dew.
But how she lived.
She was the sweetest person I've ever known.
Damn. Executed her because he couldn't get money back for his parking spot. That's about a 68 IQ. A 68 IQ will give you that. No forward thinking, no future orientation. No ability to see, into the future. Stuck in the present moment. And how much you think I bet you dollars to donuts, she been advocating for Somalians all this past 2 years. Since the Somalians came in the news the last few years, I guarantee you this woman and her mom been cutting people off and tweeting and posting and pearl clutching and grandstanding over them Somalians. Press 1. And please, we need 25 people to make a comment on the ArcNationNews.com website. We need 10 people to sponsor the show. All right. Short and sweet. We need 25 people to make a comment on the Arc Nation News website. And we need 10 people to sponsor the show. Link is in the description. Link is in a pinned comment. If you got anything you want me to play tonight, any video you want me to play, or if you just want to send me a personal message, more so than what you can put in the chat, just put it in the Arc Nation community. I'm checking that like all show long. All show long. I got the Arc Nation community tab up so I can see what you guys are saying back there. It's like a back chat for the show. You know what I mean? It's like a place where, you can do more than just comment. You can post pictures, post videos that you want me to see or that you want other people to see. Everybody, how about this? Let's do this. Everybody pull up the Arc Nation community in another tab while you're watching the show. How about that? Let's do that. Let's do that. Everybody pull up the Arc Nation community. I just dropped the link in another tab while you're watching the show. That's even better. That's even a better thought. Everybody pull up the Arc Nation community in another tab while you're watching the show. So anything that you really want to get on the board, because I can't read chat, moves too fast. I try to read it. I catch some things. But anything you really want to say, or if you want to talk to a other member specifically, go to the Arc Nation News community. It's up 24/7, 365. So everybody get that up. Press 1 when you got it up. When you got the tab up, press 1 so I can know to move on. Press 1 when you got the tab open so I can know to move on. We need everyone to pull up the Ox Nation community in another tab. Press 1 when you do it so I can know to move on. I tell you, man. Woo! All good, man. This whew. These damn those what do they call them, the from Canada, the forest fires. They had the sky orange the last few days, but it rained. Now everything's back to normal. We need everybody who's Ox Nation to open up the Ox Nation news community chat and another tab so we can you can stay abreast with me on while during the stream. Shout out to my man Austin Doublecourt. Deluxe, I see you, Deluxe. He says, hey, I wanted. Oh, wow. Man, that's golden. That's the gift that keeps on giving, man. Thank you, man. God, Lord. That is a beautiful gift. Deluxe just sent me a beautiful gift in the back, man. Deluxe just sent me a beautiful gift in the back. Holy macaroni. Jeez. That is a beautiful gift, man. I really, truly appreciate that. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Shout out to Deluxe, man. That's a beautiful gift, man. Thank you, man. Tatum interviewed the white boy. Oh, all right. We're gonna get to that. We definitely gonna get to that. I knew he went down there. I knew Tatum was down there. I didn't see it. I didn't know he already interviewed the white boy. I didn't know he put it up. All right, we're gonna have to get to that. We're gonna get to that. You definitely gonna put. You got it. If you got it, put it in the back, Snake. If you got it, put it in the back. Put it in the Ox Nation community if you got it, so I can just easily just grab it. Pause.
he shot and killed those 3 workers, he was told by building management or someone on the phone that he could not cancel his parking. As details emerge on her death,
Like coping, I just keep laughing. It's I'm either laughing or I'm crying. There's no in between.
Sasha Deans isn't concentrating on how her mom, Dina Silcox, died.
You had to get her Mountain Dew.
But how she lived.
She was the sweetest person I've ever known.
According to court paperwork, staff told police that 30-year-old Segab Benesu called building management to cancel his parking, but they told him he couldn't leave his contract. He said he would talk with them in person. That's when police say Benesu went into the leasing office and killed Dina and employees 43-year-old Adam Wilwarding and 25-year-old Nancy Fuentes Zambrano.
Nancy was just such a sweet girl. Like, she was so happy when she bought my mom like a ton of Christmas gifts, or when she got surgery, she bought her stuff. You know, she was really, really happy at this.
They told him he couldn't cancel his parking contract for his parking space. So he went to the rental office and killed all the people in there. This is what you get with 68 IQ, man. It's what you get with 68 IQ, man. Now, in his country, that would be normal behavior. In Somalia, that would be normal behavior. It would just be up to the clan of those people to come back and get him. They'll probably start a clan war between 2 different clans. That's brutal, man.
33-year-old Adam Wilwarding and 25-year-old Nancy Fuentes Zambrano.
Nancy was just such a sweet girl. Like, she was so happy when she bought my mom like a ton of Christmas gifts, or when she got surgery, she bought her stuff. You know, she was really, really happy at this place and in this work.
According to the complaint, Benesu was arrested and found with Nancy's car in St. Louis County, about 200 miles away.
I'm sorry. It's okay.
So as their loved ones process their death, they'll hold close memories of their life.
She taught me to forgive, and there's always a new day. Life is so short to do that.
In a statement, the building management company president said that their heart is with the victims. Their heart is broken for them. In about an hour, there will be a vigil here held for the 3 victims. Back to you.
Truly tragic story. Sammy, thank you for the update.
Jeez.
Called her thinking it couldn't be her, but it was.
Disbelief and intense grief. That is what loved ones are grappling with tonight after a shooting that killed 3 people in St. Paul. New at 10, we are following up on a violent 48 hours in the Twin Cities. We now know the Monday night shooting in St. Paul started with an argument over a parking contract for an apartment building. In Minneapolis last night, gunfire hurt another person on the same block where a mass shooting happened on Sunday. Ashley Graham's heard community members.
Yo, what the fuck? And they turned down the National Guard. They turned down the National Guard and call everybody racist.
Apartment building. In Minneapolis last night, gunfire hurt another person on the same block where a mass shooting happened on Sunday. Ashley Graham's heard community members confront Minneapolis leaders about safety in that area. But first, Uba Ali is live in St. Paul, where family and friends mourn together tonight. Uba?
That's right, Frank. There's something so powerful about seeing a community coming together, refusing to let hate have the final say. And that's what we saw here today. Family, friends, community members came together with flowers, candles still flickering.
Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, whore. You bitch. Fuck you. There's something so powerful about a community not letting hate. Yeah, because it's one of your people. If somebody would have killed 3 Somalians, she wouldn't be saying that. If somebody would have if a white dude would have went into a rental office and killed 3 Somalians, this bitch wouldn't be saying that. Press 1. I resent that. I resent the fact that we gotta be talked to like little children. I resent that, man. Fuck her, man. If a white dude would have went in there and killed 3 Somalians, it would have been Trump. The country is racist. It's steeped in racism. It's the worst place on earth. All the systems need to be gutted and torn down and built from the ground up. Racism is steeped in everything. Black lives don't matter. All this bullshit. This is what this bitch said, man. Fuck her, man.
Together tonight. Uba?
That's right, Frank. There's something so powerful about seeing a community coming together, refusing to let hate have the final say. And that's what we.
No, fuck you. That motherfucker had a dispute with the parking authority over the phone. They told him he couldn't cancel his parking contract for his space. So he walked in the rental office and killed 3 people that didn't even know what the fuck was going on. No, fuck you, bitch. Ain't no motherfucking congratulations, guys. You didn't let hate. You're not letting hate. You guys are really special because you're not gonna let hate rule the narrative. No. If that would have happened to 3 Somalians, if a white guy would have went in there and killed 3 Somalians, you motherfuckers would be marching in the streets until fucking 2028. That shit might tip the balance of the next presidential election. Yo, man, nah, man. She's panned. What is that called? She's talking down. She's gaslighting us, talking down to us. She's talking down to us like we're stupid. When you know goddamn well if that shit was reversed, her ass would be over here acting like the whole country need to be torn down and rebuilt again. We need a new constitution and shit. She'll be asking for a new constitution, a new Bill of Rights, and all that shit. If that shit had happened the other way, if a white dude would have went in there and killed 3 Somalians over a parking space. The hell with you. I resent that, man. I resent being talked to like that, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I resent being talked to like that. Shout out to my man Deluxe 247. Hey, Cal Ripken, aka the Real MVP, supporting the show in the Shut up, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Just a little bit. And listen, man. If you were gonna see Deluxe, he got the green card. If you're gonna support the show tonight, I would just go ahead and get a green card membership to the. If you were gonna support the show tonight, I would just go ahead and get a green card membership to the Oc Nation News channel, so you can have all the perks. DM, direct messaging, profile, just like a regular social media platform. All the perks. I would just go ahead and get a membership, a green card membership. If you're going to support the channel tonight, just go ahead and get a green card membership. That's what I suggest, man. Because membership has its privileges, man. Plus, you'd be supporting independent news, man. Yeah, I completely resent being talked to like that bitch talk to us, man. Like, I mean, I resent that shit, man. Like, we're little kids. Like, she's fooling us, like she's tricking us. She thinks she's tricking us out of being mad. Like, she's just gonna gloss over all those dead Americans. I resent that shit, man.
Saw here today, family, friends, community members.
On Sunday, Ashley Graham's heard community members confront Minneapolis leaders about safety in that area. But first, Uba Ali is live in St. Paul, where family and friends mourn together tonight. Uba?
That's right, Frank. There's something so powerful about seeing a community coming together, refusing to let hate have the final say. And that's what we saw here today. Family, friends, community members came together with flowers, candles still flickering, and people are still here. In this moment, they showed that even through heartbreak, there's moments of hope. When words are hard to find, a melody fills the air, holding the heartbreak of a community.
It just plays in our head over and over again, not knowing what she felt.
Searching for a way to say goodbye.
She was the best mom I could ever ask for.
Just outside the Davern Park apartments, a memorial grows in honor of 25-year-old Nancy Zabron.
Damn, she hit the lottery. Look at her family members. She hit the lottery, man. Look at her family, right? And look at the women in her family, and look at her. She hit the lottery, man. This is a tragedy, man. Wow. She hit the lottery. She wasn't all fat and sturdy and brolic like the other women in her family. She was nice and petite and sexy. Oh, man. She hit the lottery, man. That fucking Somalian, man. Damn that Somalian, man. Damn that goddamn pirate. Damn that pirate. Damn that pirate for what he did, man. Damn that pirate, man. Damn that pirate, man. Shout out to my man, Barry B says, F Ryan Clark. Yeah, man. I think that we all share the same sentiments. F Ryan Clark. Yeah, truer words were never spoken, man. F Ryan Clark. Lux247. Showing support via Super Chat. Yes, man. Thank you for showing support. I'm telling you, just get a membership, man. Just get a green card membership to the channel, guys. That's what I would do. Unlocks everything. Everything on the channel. Unlocks everything. Plus, you'll be supporting the channel every month. Green card membership, man. Salute, man. Let's get back to this, man. Killed this guy. So he just walks in the office. These people don't know what the fuck going on. They're like, yeah, how can we help you, Mr. Somalian man? He fucking shoots them all, execution style. No care for you in another country. No care for these people's family. No care for these people's kids, families, their hopes, their dreams. Somebody on the phone told you can't cancel your parking contract. So you gonna show them by killing 3 random people. The people on the phone probably don't even know these people. Whoever was on the phone at the number he called to try to cancel his parking contract with the apartment building, whoever told him he couldn't cancel his parking probably didn't even know those people in the fucking rental office. Probably didn't even know those people. Yeah, that live stream on the website is flawless. The live stream is flawless. The community tab is flawless. You can watch the replays of the live streams on the channel. The Caitlin Clark side of the channel is flawless. Everything on the channel is flawless. We have new stuff coming every day, man. Every day we're working on making the channel better for you guys. I really want this to be a one-stop shop for all of you guys, man. When you want to interact with the nation, you don't even have to follow each other on Twitter. You can follow each other on this channel. Y'all don't even have to follow each other on Twitter. You can follow each other on this channel. Just click. Once you get a Visa or a green card membership, just click. Just click on a person's name and you can follow them. They can follow you back. If you got a green card, you can DM. DM people. It's just like a regular website, man. Regular social media platform. One-stop shop, man. But it's for Ock Nation. It's for us. Because everybody don't think like us, man. Everybody don't think like us, man. Three Americans. Look at these three Americans. If a white man had gone into that runoff office and killed three Somalians, we would never fucking hear the end of it. Press 1. We would never fucking hear the end of it. Ever. Now, I'm talking about ever. I'm not talking about like hypothetically or figuratively never. We would literally never hear the end of it.
Just outside the Davern Park apartments, a memorial grows in honor of 25-year-old Nancy Zabrano, 56-year-old Dina Silcox, and 43-year-old Adam Wilwarding. All employees. Police say they were killed by a resident Monday afternoon over a parking contract.
This is senseless. How deranged can someone be that you kill three people over $65?
A place that once welcomed people in looking for a home transformed into a place where people came to say goodbye.
Well, if your IQ is 65, killing somebody over $65 is not a stretch. Let's be honest. If your IQ is 65. Shout out to Jack Burton, man. Jack Burton is in the building, man. West Virginia's in the building.
$65.
A place that once welcomed people in looking for a home transformed into a place where people came to say goodbye.
It's not something that you don't plan that one.
A goodbye no parent should ever have to say.
She was just pretty much a perfect daughter.
Nancy.
Wow, that's the dad. That's her dad. These white people got to eat this shit. These white people got to eat this shit. And hear all this stuff about not letting hate. Not letting hate. What did that bitch say? What did that bitch say earlier? What did this bitch say?
Safety in that area. But first, Uba Ali is live in St. Paul, where family and friends mourn together tonight. Uba?
That's right, Frank. There's something so powerful about seeing a community coming together, refusing to let hate have the final say. And that's what we...
Refusing to let hate have... Fuck you. Fuck you. He got to refuse to let hate have the final say. They got to be preached to. Don't let hate have the final say. Remember when that lady called that Somalian guy a nigger? Who remember that? When that white lady called that Somalian guy a nigger. Did the Somalians not let hate have the final say? Huh? Did Somalians not let hate have the final say? Because no, they let hate have the final say. They raise hell. They raise holy hell. And her trial starts. The woman's trial starts. Trial starts for woman who called black child a racial slur in Rochester. No, she didn't call no black child a racial slur. The jury is selected. Okay, they selected the jury. Yeah. Did they not let? Did they not let? Are they not letting? Why don't the Somalians drop the charges on this woman? Since we're not letting hate have the final say. Nah, you call them a name, they gonna fucking burn you. But if they kill 3 innocent Americans, don't let hate have the final say. Fuck you.
Shiloh Hendricks was back in court today for the start of her jury trial. Hendricks faces 2 misdemeanor charges of disorderly conduct after she was caught on video calling a child a racial slur at a Rochester playground. ABC 6's Kabidi Mutamba was in court today and has more on what jury selection looked like and what's next for that case. Kabidi?
Axel, it took a while to actually get to jury selection this morning. That's because
so every fucking reporter in fucking Minnesota has a goddamn hijab. What the fuck? If you don't have a hijab, you can't get a job as a reporter, man. Wow. Think about it like this. They're giving us the news. We're being given the news by these people. And that's a very powerful thing for them. That they get to disseminate what's newsworthy and what's important. 3 Americans get killed by a Somalian. The bitch gets on the fucking TV and says something very powerful about a community not letting hate have the final say. A white woman calls a little fucking rascal, fucking porch monkey that's stealing out of her fucking diaper bag a nigger, and it's the sky is falling. We need to protest, and white people are terrible, and the country's terrible, and everybody's terrible, and we got to protest and make it the biggest deal in the world, and got to have a national conversation. Oh, no. Let's not let hate have the final say. Let's forgive her. Let's forgive the white lady for calling the kid the N-word, and let's move on. Press 1. We're not letting hate have the final say. We forgive you. We're dropping charges, and we're moving on. We're taking down the GoFundMe. We're dropping charges, and we're moving on. No, they're gonna fucking raise holy hell if you call them a name. Turn another cheek and not letting hate have the final say. That's for white people. That's only for white people.
because both the state and the defense want to lay out some ground rules for what could actually be argued during the trial. Today's goal was to narrow a pool of 35 potential jurors down to 6 with 2 alternates. But That didn't end up happening because both the prosecution and the defense wanted to decide exactly what question the jurors would be asked to answer with a ruling. The judge made it clear that jurors would be asked to decide if Hendricks' use of a slur towards a child, as shown in the now viral video, should be considered fighting words or not, which are words targeted at one person that would cause them to react violently. The jury is not being asked to decide whether offensive speech should be protected under the Constitution. And this point is something that both city lawyers and Hendricks' lawyer, Brian Corrales, continued to argue over as jury selection went on. The right to free speech, offensive or not, is something that got passionate support outside the courthouse from protesters. It's something that got
This is crazy. Damn these Somalians. They want this woman to be locked up. They want this woman to be locked up. But they want all them families that the Somalian got killed to not let hate have the final say. They want this woman in prison.
passionate support outside the courthouse from protesters against Hendricks' trial. They were joined by right-wing influencer Jake Lang, who was there in court in support of Hendricks. And when the court finally got to jury selection, there was a lot of emotion from jurors when they were asked whether they could be fair and impartial for this trial because of the use of a racial slur and a child being involved in this case. Now, jury selection is set to continue tomorrow morning, and with today's delay, Judge Krista Daly seems set.
I would strike every black juror. Every black and Somalian juror, I would strike all of them. They can't be impartial on this. They can't be impartial on this shit. I was like every last one of them.
On keeping things short and sweet. Live in Rochester, Kabedi Mutamba, ABC 6 News.
Who? Who?
Child who was working.
I think I gotta get to Nolan. Let me get to Nolan right now, man. Let me get to Nolan right now. Let me get to Nolan right now, man. Let me get to Nolan right now, man. Don't hit the like button, just share the video. Share the video. and engage in this community section. Watch the stream on OckNationNews.com. Get in the Ock Nation community section. But yeah, don't worry about hitting the like button. Like button is not gonna help.
Family and friends are paying tribute today to Nolan Wells.
Funeral services for the 18-year-old were held inside a Mississippi church today, his casket arriving ahead of his visitation earlier today. The services come 2 weeks after his body was found in the water near a popular barrier island following a 4th of July boat trip there with friends. And as the investigation into his death remains ongoing.
NBC News national correspondent Aaron Gilchrist joins us now from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Aaron, talk about how loved ones honored Nolan Wells today.
Such an outpouring of support, Kate and Christine, for Nolan's family here today. We saw the sanctuary here filled with hundreds of people, so many of them former teammates from the high school that Nolan went to, and current the teammates that he played with in college were there as well. A busload of them came in from the community college that he went to, really just to stand with Nolan's family and to show their support for the family, and really to embrace the memory of the person that they considered a brother. I do want you to hear from Nolan's parents. His father spoke about how much pride he had in his son and the young man that he was becoming, and his mother spoke about the light that he brought into every room that he entered.
In a world that can often feel dark, be like Nolan. Be the light that brightens the lives of those around you. Be the warmth for those who may be feeling the coldness of the world. Love deeply, protect fiercely, and welcome others with kindness.
And ladies, you also saw Reverend Al Sharpton and Ben Crump standing on either side of Nolan's parents as well. They spoke about still demanding justice and still demanding a thorough and fair investigation into his death.
Aaron, authorities have released the incident report in this case. What more are we learning from that, and where does the investigation go from here?
I'll tell you, oddly, the incident report that we were able to obtain from law enforcement over the weekend, we asked Ben Crump, the attorney, whether he had gotten the incident report. And this afternoon, he said that he had not received it. So we're trying to square that a little bit to see what information they've been able to get at this point. We do know from the sheriff that the investigation is still ongoing, and there are pieces that we know are still outstanding. We know that Nolan's phone has not been examined, despite the fact that both the attorneys' teams and the law enforcement investigators were supposed to be looking at that phone together. We are waiting to get more information about when that might happen and when it can be included in the ultimate final report from the investigation. Ladies.
Aaron Gilchrist there for us. Thanks, Aaron.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Man, Nolan Wells. Let's see. We got, you said Brandon Tatum. Did an interview with one of the boys. Yeah, Brandon Tatum did an interview with one of the boys. Nice. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Brandon Tatum speaking to one of Nolan's white friends and shit.
Y'all pretty much having a good time. Just like anybody would imagine, 18-year-olds, probably 20-year-olds, college students, out on the island, women, you probably had alcohol. Y'all having a good time.
Yeah, of course.
And so where's Nolan in this? You guys out there, the friend groups out there, 3 boats full of people that came out there that seem to be the closest friend group.
Right.
Where's Nolan in this in comparison to where you and others are at?
Well, I had a couple conversations with Nolan that day, and I talked to him and a couple of my other buddies. They in a group. I was not focused on anyone solely, like looking and pointing anyone out, because there's so many people out there. I mean, I was talking to my friends that I haven't seen in a while from high school. I was talking from people I knew from college. I was talking to, everybody my age and even people older than us were, over there. Like, I mean, it was just a regular thing. We're all used to this. We've been out to the islands before. My buddies don't just go out to the island on 4th of July, but they go out, every weekend. And like, I fish the islands. I don't just, fish around Horn Island. I fish around Ship Island too. So I'm very familiar with the islands. And I feel like it was just a big, I talked to Nolan and, Nolan was drinking. Everybody was drinking, most of everybody. And I mean, Nolan seemed completely fine every time I talked to him. We had just regular conversations and, Nolan was making me laugh. I had a couple conversations with Nolan and Javon, Nolan and my buddy James, Nolan. And I mean, I could tell you, I mean, I talked to Nolan a couple times, but it wasn't like I was strictly sitting there talking to Nolan the whole day. I mean, there was hundreds of people I knew out there.
And listen, black people want to paint some picture like they took Nolan to Gilligan's Island, killed him, and then left. This wasn't Gilligan's Island. This was fucking Lollapalooza on water. Press 1. Sad to say though, because he's white, nothing he says will change anything. Nothing he just said will change anything because he's white.
Y'all pretty much having a good time. Just like anybody would imagine, 18-year-olds, probably 20-year-olds, college students, out on the island, women, you probably had alcohol. So y'all having a good time.
Yeah, of course.
And so where's Nolan in this? You guys out there, the friend groups are out there, 3 boats full of people that came out there that seem to be the closest friend group.
Right.
Where's Nolan in this in comparison to where you and others are at?
Well, I had a couple conversations with Nolan that day, and I talked to him and a couple of my other buddies. They are in a group. I was not focused on anyone solely, like looking and pointing anyone out, because there's so many people out there. I mean, I was talking to my friends that I haven't seen in a while from high school. I was talking from people I knew from college. I was talking to, everybody my age and even people older than us were, over there. Like, I mean, it was just a regular thing. We're all used to this. We've been out to the islands before. My buddies don't just go out to the island on 4th of July, but they go out, every weekend. Like, I fish the islands. I don't just, fish around Horn Island. I fish around Ship Island too. So I'm very familiar with the islands. And I feel like it was just a big, I talked to Nolan and, Nolan was drinking. Everybody was drinking, most of everybody. And
they ain't gonna hone in on that. Oh, he tried to say Nolan. He threw Nolan under the bus. He threw Nolan under the bus. They ain't his real friends. Y'all said y'all wanted information, right? Tell us any little bit. Please come forward with all the information you can. Any little tip will help. Even if it's a small piece of information and you think it won't help, please come forward with it. But they're gonna slam. They're gonna say the white boy betrayed Nolan by saying that Nolan was drinking. We're looking for 10 people to sponsor the show tonight, man. We got 2 so far, man. Can we get 8 more people to sponsor tonight's program? To drop some coins in the Ock Nation bucket. Drop some big coins in the Ock Nation bucket. Or get a membership to the channel. Become a member of the Ock Nation News platform. Can we get 8 people to do that tonight? Can we get 8 new members tonight? Can we get 8 new members to Ock Nation News.com? How about that? That'll be even better than That'll be even better than hitting the super chat. I mean, or hitting the PayPal, even though I wish you would do that. You can, but I mean, shit. If you're here every day and all your buddies and all your friends are here, you might as well become a member of the Odd Nation News channel. Nah, don't hit the like button. Remember, Joe, shares. We want shares. We don't want likes, man. Likes don't do anything for me. I'm in a situation with this platform. You know that, right? Don't you know that, Joe? I'm in a situation with this platform. They don't fuck with me. I can get 1 million shares. They ain't gonna fuck with me. They're not gonna. Oh, our nation got a bunch of shit, a bunch of likes. Let's move him up the algorithm. Are you fucking kidding? Share the video. Oh, my PayPal is not broken, man. My PayPal works, Jack. My PayPal works, my man. I don't know what you talking about, man. You gotta stop spreading misinformation, man. My PayPal works, Jack. Don't spread misinformation, buddy. My PayPal works, man. That shit is like a faucet, okay? That shit is like a faucet. Yeah, let me show you. That shit is like a faucet. Okay? You turn that motherfucker on. Every time the water gonna come out. Salute to you though, man. All the links work. Don't listen to nobody say that. All the links work. Everything works. Everything works. Yeah, man. I think we all were smart enough to know that this guy wasn't just chasing Nolan around the beach with all those people.
Got to say something real quick. Benjamin
said black men like you were better.
All right, I told you guys I was here doing an interview in Mississippi.
Wyatt went and put his smaller boat in the water, which is the Palm Beach. Wyatt went and put his smaller boat in the water, which is the Palm Beach. He's an 18-foot Palm Beach, and I drove the boat from Fort Bayou boat launch to my buddy's grandparents' house, and that's where we all planned to meet up that day. And
you say we all. Who you talking about? You, Nolan, and how many people are going to meet you guys there?
We had roughly 20 to 30 people coming on 3 separate boats with us, and so we were all following each other out there as one big group. You know, it wasn't just me and Nolan and a couple other of my buddies. There was 20 or 30 people spread out where we all met at the dock before.
He trying to save himself. He trying to. They look at him trying to spread the blame out. Devil, look at this devil trying to not take accountability for what he did to our beloved Nolan that we didn't know until he died.
And then we departed to go to Horn Island. It wasn't just a couple of us. I mean, there were so many people, we had to split up between 3 boats, and we all left and all got there at the same time.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that's clear because the statements that are out there made it appear that it was just you, Nolan, and probably 2 or 3 other guys, and y'all are the only ones that went out to this island.
And that's completely incorrect. I mean, Horn Island on the 4th of July is the most popular day to be on the water on, throughout the entire Gulf Coast. I mean, everybody and their mom is on the water on 4th of July, There's no telling. I mean, roughly probably 2 to 3, maybe even 4,000 people out there. There were
That's why I say white people got terrible PR. It's taking like what, 2 weeks to get an estimate of how many people were out there. First, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. 90% of niggas think it was just a desolate island and the only 4 people out there with him. Press 1. 90% of niggas think that. It was some random island, like Gilligan's Island, and these guys were like, we're gonna take Nolan out there, and then they got out there, and Nolan was like, well, what's going on? Why we are doing out here? And they're like, kill, 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 and then they killed him and threw him in the ocean and left. White people have terrible PR. Messaging. White people can never seem to get their message across. Terrible messaging. Terrible messaging, white people. White people was something else, man. Terrible messaging, man. Ugh.
3 other guys, and y'all are the only ones that went out to this island.
And that's completely incorrect. I mean, Horn Island on the 4th of July is the most popular day to be on the water on, throughout the entire Gulf Coast. I mean, everybody and their mom is on the water on 4th of July, There's no telling. I mean, roughly probably 2 to 3, maybe even 4,000 people out there. There were boats lined up off the island. I mean, there was 3 rows of boats all the way until my vision ended, until I could see of people there was 1 row of boats, and then there was another row of boats, and then there was a 3rd row of boats.
Unfortunately, man. That doesn't mean anything to black people. Black people like, so, and why you kill him? Ben Crump said you killed him. Ben Crump said that you killed him. Is that true? Did you just watch the interview? Yeah. Then why you ask me if I killed? Because I'm a fucking moron. I'm a moron. Man, why did I say you? I'm a fucking moron. Shout out to Johnny Reb, man. Johnny Reb is in the building. I'm telling you, man. Ugh. All right, I'm ready to get in the water.
I want your badge numbers.
Give me your hands.
Wyatt went and put his smaller boat in the water, which is the Palm Beach.
Watch the full interview at the link below. Okay. What's the link?
Wyatt went and put his...
Where's the link? There you go.
So Warren, I'm gonna ask you some very pointed questions.
Okay.
I mean, just straight out. The first thing.
There we go. Damn. Damn. We got the whole interview. Salute, man. Shout out to. We got the whole interview. Salute them, man.
So Warren, I'm gonna ask you some very pointed questions. I mean, just straight out. The first thing I want to ask you is, did you kill Nolan? All right, Warren. We had a chance to get to know each other over the last 2 days. Went out to Horn Island, so I've had an opportunity to talk to you about a few things, and the things that you've told me have literally blown my mind. But the world haven't had a chance yet to hear your story, to hear Nolan's story through you, through his friend, and it's not just you; it's a bunch of y'all. But you know, some of the other guys were afraid because of the threats and the violence that's been threatened against their lives and all of the above. But you decided that you wanted to take this bold step and give a statement and, you know, get your side out here. And I want to start at the very beginning of all of this and ask you, what was your relationship like with Nolan? Who was he to you?
Nolan, I could describe Nolan in a million ways. I mean, Nolan was not just a best friend of me, but he was a brother. I grew up through elementary, middle school, high school, and even our freshman year of college. You know, we talked on the phone all the time. We were really close friends. And I mean, Nolan was like a brother to me. And Nolan lit up every room he walked in. He always had a smile on his face. He always had something good to say. I've never seen Nolan get in an argument with somebody and say bad things about someone. You know, there's a lot of people that talk crap nowadays, and Nolan was never that person. Sweetest soul ever. And I mean, I had a great relationship with Nolan. I've never got in an argument with Nolan. We were super close, and I've never said or will ever have anything bad to say about Nolan Wells.
Yeah, and you guys, you said you kind of grew up together. Mm-hmm. Did you know his mom, or how was that? Because I saw in the media where it appears that she may have said, at least I saw in part, that she said as if she didn't know any of you guys.
Right. Well, Nolan, a lot of the times was at like my house and at my buddy's house. We never went to Nolan's house and hung out. I mean, and my friend group's very, very tight knit. I mean, we hang out every day when we were back home from school. In high school, we hung out most weekdays and every day on the weekend. And I mean, we were never at Nolan's house, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I met his father, and I mean, in 8th grade, that's when Nolan and I like got really close. It was COVID year, and we were in class all year long together, me and a couple of my buddies. And Nolan and I just got super tight because we'd go to Waffle House once a week together, eat. And I mean, we were just super, super close. But his dad would swing by Waffle House, you know, and like, you know, hang out around us, but never, you know, I was never around Nolan's parents a lot. But I mean, that didn't change our relationship any. Nolan and I were still just as close, and he was just as close with my friends as, you know, anyone else. So.
And walk me through the day of 4th of July where you guys were all going out.
Right.
This seems like something that I would assume that may have occurred more than just this year.
Yeah, of course.
Was it something that you guys did more than just this year? This is a 2-part question. I want to know, is it something that you guys typically did together, that you hang out often in this fashion? And then I want you to then walk me through 4th of July this year when the incident happened.
Okay. You know, being from the Gulf Coast, there's boating and fishing is very, very popular. The 4th of July, every year, my friends and I, or my family and I, are out on the water. I mean, that's the one day is guaranteed everybody's going out. And that's a known thing. Everybody's trying to get a ride out to Horn Island, or, you know, people go to Ship Island, but most of everybody from Ocean Springs and the Gulf Coast go to Horn Island. And, you know, we went last year. Nolan was on the boat with me last year, and he was, I mean, this was a common thing. My friends go on the boat when we're home. Very, very common. That's what we like to do. My friends like to fish also, and like to go on the boat, not just fishing, but like to go on the boat, like to go on sunset cruises, like to do it all, you know, on the water, you know? And, I mean, Nolan loved to do that too. I mean, he was not like he was just like everyone else in our friend group. He loved to go on the water and, you know, have a good time with the guys. And, that's what we did a lot. But 4th of July, everybody was out there. Like I said, like Nolan was always trying to go on the boat, trying to go out there with us. And he was always welcome to come. Nolan was always out there with us. And, but started 4th of July, you know, my buddies and I had talked about this week's upcoming, you know, everybody's very, very excited for the 4th of July from down here. Like it's a big thing.
It's a big deal. Huh?
Very, very big deal. And, I mean, I actually stayed with Nolan that night at my buddy's house, and I woke up at my buddy's house, and we went to McDonald's, got food. Nolan was not with me. And, I went and got breakfast. I had my buddy's boat hooked up to my truck. And well, first I ran to my house, then I went to McDonald's and came back, and the boat was already hooked up to my truck. My buddy Wyatt and I went, and with my buddy, and we went, topped the boat off, loaded it down with ice, and just got everything ready. Then Wyatt went and put his smaller boat in the water, which is the Palm Beach. He's an 18-foot Palm Beach. And I drove the boat from Fort Bayou Boat Launch to my buddy's grandparents' house, and that's where we all planned to meet up that day. And
you say we all, who are you talking about? You, Nolan, and how many people are going to meet you guys there?
We had roughly 20 to 30 people coming on 3 separate boats with us. And so we were all following each other out there as one big group. You know, it wasn't just me and Nolan and a couple other of my buddies. There was 20 or 30 people spread out where we all met at the dock before, and then we departed to go to Horn Island. It wasn't just a couple of us. I mean, there were so many people, we had to split up between 3 boats, and we all left and all got there at the same time.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that's clear, because the statements that are out there made it appear that it was just you, Nolan, and probably 2 or 3 other guys, and y'all are the only ones that went out to this island.
And that's completely incorrect. I mean, Horn Island on the 4th of July is the most popular day to be on the water on, you know, throughout the entire Gulf Coast. I mean, everybody and their mom is on the water on 4th of July, you know. There's no telling. I mean, roughly probably 2 to 3, maybe even 4,000 people out there. There were boats lined up off the island. I mean, there was 3 rows of boats all the way until my vision ended, until I could see of people from, I mean, there was 1 row of boats, and then there was another row of boats, and then there was a 3rd row of boats.
Yeah.
I mean, there was people lined up all up and down the island to where, I mean, who knows? I mean, and that wasn't just, we were parked on the north side, on the west tip. It wasn't just there. I mean, there's tons of people packed out on the south side and on the east end and in the middle of the island. But just where we were, I mean, there was easily 1,000 people. It wasn't just us.
Let's go back a little bit. I want to go back to you guys at the dock, getting on the boat. You're saying there's multiple people, probably 20 or 30 people getting on 3 boats.
Right.
What boat were you on, and what boat was Nolan on?
Nolan was on Wyatt Pyron's 22 Triton. On the way out, I went with my buddy Bart because we had a lot of friends from college coming down, and I called Bart that morning. I was like, "Hey man, can you take your boat out?" And he was like, "Yeah, well, my dad's decided not to go, and I'll take the boat and I'll take you and your friends." Of course, I mean, he's a buddy of mine. And so Bart pulled up at the dock, and I mean, I rode out there with Bart and a lot of the girls that go to college with my friends and I, and Nolan rode out on the Triton, and then we had a Palm Beach, 18 Palm Beach. There was 4 guys on that. There was like 8 people on the Triton, and then there was 8 or 9 people on the Triton, and then there was the rest of the group, which was ranged from maybe 10 to 15 or 16 people on my buddy's tide line, which is 24 tide line.
And so you guys get on, and I know a little bit more than the audience do because we went out there a little earlier because I wanted to see exactly what the drive was like, what the dock was like, how far it is out there.
Of course.
But I want you to tell, the audience, like, what was this trip like? How was the waters? Did you guys do anything in between the time you rode and the time you get to the island? Was there music? Is it like a big party? Like, what is that?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously music's blasting. It's 4th of July, man. I mean, everybody's really excited. And I mean, we had a lot of people loaded down. So obviously our biggest, we're just trying to make sure everybody, gets out there safe. And so, I mean, on the way out there, it was pretty calm. I think it was blowing like 3 or 4 knots. I mean, the waters were clear. It was a great day to be on the water. Sunshine, not cloudy at all. And I mean, it was a great day to be out there on 4th of July. And so, I mean, we followed each other out, and I mean, it was calm. It was calm. On the way back, it was a little more rough, but it was not anything all my buddies' boats couldn't handle, or like, it wasn't like we were getting really beat up or anything. I mean, it was pretty calm.
And so you guys get out there. I'm assuming that you line the boats up, because I'm envisioning the picture of getting out there and there's hundreds of boats. Mm-hmm. There's thousands of people. Yeah. So it wasn't just you guys on a deserted island with
of course not
a few people. This is thousands of people out there.
Right.
And there's a lot of people doing what? What does it look like when you first pull up?
I pull up, and we pulled up at 10:30. I mean, it wasn't, early afternoon. I mean, it wasn't, but 10:30 is, still pretty early in the day. And when we got there, there was already 3 rows of boats lined up all the way, like I said, until I could see. And
you're talking, when you say all you can see, you're speaking about miles of boat. When we went out there earlier today, but when we went out there, the island is massive.
Correct.
I mean, it's just several miles long.
Roughly 10 to 12 miles. I mean, it's.
So you think that the boats were stretching from one end to the next, or just a small area of about a mile or less than a mile of boats?
Well, I mean, I think there was boats all the way around the entire island, but I think some spots were more popular than others. Like the West Tip is usually very, very crowded on the 4th of July, and everybody knows that. So that's where a lot of people park because they want to be around other people. And the East End's a little more, there's not as many people, but there's still a lot of boats out there. I mean, it's not like every area of Horn Island was covered 100%.
Wow. So you get out there, y'all jump out. What do you do? When I say jump out, you're obviously not just sitting on the boat. The island is there. Like, what exactly are people doing there? Like, are you spending more time in the water, on the island, in the boat? Like, how is that? How is that look out there?
I mean, everybody, as soon as you get there, I mean, there's people on boats, yeah, grabbing drinks and, food, whatever else. Like, I mean, everybody is fully prepared for the 4th of July. They bring, all the drinks and food that they need because, I mean, they've been preparing for 4th for a little while now. But when we got there, I helped my buddies tie the boats up because the tie line was right here, the Palm Beach was in the middle, and then the Triton was on the outer side. And there was about a drop off from where the bow was. I mean, if you jumped off the bow, you were probably about neck deep in water. But if you got off the stern, you were probably waist deep in water. I mean, but when we got there, we tied up, got, bow and rear anchor set, and we tied up all the boats, made sure they were good, and everyone just got on the water. And then eventually, next thing you know, it's our group. And then, next thing you know, there's 50 other people around us. And then it just grew and grew as the day came on. And, I mean, that's just how it was. Everybody's drinking, I mean, it's 4th of July. Everyone's just trying to enjoy themselves. And, it's a big party, basically. Big party.
Yeah, so y'all pretty much having a good time. Just like anybody would imagine, 18-year-olds, probably 20-year-olds, college students, out on the island, women, you probably had alcohol. Y'all having a good time.
Yeah, of course.
And so where's Nolan in this? You guys out there, the friend groups are out there, 3 boats full of people that came out there that seem to be the closest friend group.
Right.
Where's Nolan in this in comparison to where you and others are at?
Well, I had a couple conversations with Nolan that day, and I talked to him and a couple of my other buddies. They are in a group. I was not focused on anyone solely, like looking and pointing anyone out, because there's so many people out there. I mean, I was talking to my friends that I haven't seen in a while from high school. I was talking from people I knew from college. I was talking to, everybody my age, and even people older than us were, over there. Like, I mean, it was just a regular thing. We're all used to this. We've been out to the islands before. My buddies don't just go out to the island on 4th of July, but they go out, every weekend. Like, I fish the islands. I don't just, fish around Horn Island. I fish around Ship Island too. So I'm very familiar with the islands. And I feel like it was just a big, I talked to Nolan, and, Nolan was drinking. Everybody was drinking, most of everybody. And I mean, Nolan seemed completely fine every time I talked to him. We had just regular conversations, and, Nolan was making me laugh. I had a couple conversations with Nolan and Javon, Nolan and my buddy James, Nolan. And I mean, I could tell you, I mean, I talked to Nolan a couple times, but it wasn't like I was strictly sitting there talking to Nolan the whole day. I mean, there was hundreds of people I knew out there. So,
yeah. And Nolan said something interesting. You told me about this. Something he said to you, I would say would be indicative of y'all's friendship.
Right.
And then he also mentioned something to you about that particular day and what it meant to him.
Right.
And could you share that?
Right. Yeah. So Nolan and my buddy Javon are talking, and, I grew up with Nolan, and Nolan's, just like I said, like just so joyful, like always happy. Like every picture I have with Nolan or picture I have of Nolan, he's smiling. I mean, like he's always happy. If I always need like a shed of light, I'm calling Nolan, and Nolan and I laugh and joke a lot. Like that's how our friend group is. We're really jokingly laugh. No one takes anything that serious. We enjoy our time together. I mean, there's never any awkwardness within our friend group. We're very, very tight. So if I ever need to get something off my chest or talk to anybody, I'm talking to all my friends. I'm not just talking to like specifically anybody. I would go out, like even if I'm having issues with something, I go talk to my group chat, and my guys are there to, give me a hand anytime I need it. And all my guys are, all my buddies are the same exact way. Nolan was the same exact way. If you ever need something, I'm here, man. Like that's how he was. So.
And then you guys get ready to leave prematurely.
Right.
And explain that, because you guys got there around 10.
Yeah.
It's now 4:30.
Right.
People are still out there partying, and
Correct.
they're having a good time. But something happened to where it necessitated you guys to get the boat up and running. Can you explain that?
Yeah. So.
What a great kid, man. What a great kid. What a dynamite kid. That kid answered those questions.
About you're probably about neck deep.
This kid was composed. He didn't have any resentment from the things that all the black people have been saying online. If he does, he didn't show it. He wasn't like, aha, I got you. I'm going to stick it to you guys. Very calm, very composed, very poised. No notes. He ain't had no notes. If this is an indication of how Nolan was, I'm sure Nolan was a great kid too. How Al Sharpton got involved in this shit, I just don't know. Because the mama want to be black all of a sudden. The mama want to be black all of a sudden. She was never ever black before. Shout out to my man. Yeah, that was a great kid, man. That was a great kid, man. That was a great kid. He answered all the questions beautifully. I don't think he said one time. Did he? Did he say one time? Did he say, you know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? I mean, understand? This is a dynamite kid, man. I would let this kid date my daughter. If he showed up to my house like that, if this kid showed up to my house like this, I would let him date my daughter. If you show up like this, like, yeah, it's a nice young man. Nice young man. We're going to cover the Shiloh Hendricks trial. We're going to start covering the Shiloh Hendricks trial. I think this one's over. I think this one's in the bag, man. I think this one's in the bag. I don't know how you come back from this, man. These are some very impressive young men. It's going to be hard to demonize these kids, man. And I don't think America, I know white people are cucked. White people are cucked. But I still think that it would be hard to demonize these kids. What do you guys think? It'd be hard to demonize these kids, man. To say, oh, but what about this? And oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can believe him. He said, oh, they'll do it. Oh, man. No, these some good kids, man. These kids not gonna murdering nobody. J Boys, your dad. J Boys, your dad. Said Optum fell asleep, far from handsome. Lies, man, lies, lies. I tell you. Salute to you, your boys, your dad. Lies, I tell you. These are some nice young men, man. I see why Nolan hung with these people over some a bunch of niggas. I can understand why. He said, "Know what I'm saying?" Salute the boy Kachina, man. So that dude looks like he rose crew at some university. He's a liar. He's definitely on the crew team. That dude's definitely on the crew team. He said I could be on the boat by the boat on some skis and fall asleep. Damn. That's crazy. That's nasty work right here, man. God, dog. That's nasty work. You said I'd be on a boat behind a boat on some skis. Jesus Christ. That's crazy. And niggas gonna come and try to make them people look, these guys look bad. Blacks, and listen, we know white people are cut, but
I don't believe he drowned. I believe he was killed. But I'm a judge that has to weigh all the evidence. Preliminarily, that's what I see. You don't leave your friend on an island, seeing that he has left his phone, and not at least go back. You came there with him. You left him there, you say, because he wanted to stay. But you notice that he's left his phone. How was he going to get home in the first place? Wouldn't he need his phone in order to call his transportation? Or they should have known some of that. He would have said, I'm going to get home by such and such way. Hey, man, I'm not coming. Y'all go ahead. I got a young lady. Okay, man. Is she going to bring you home? How you going to get home? You don't ask any of those questions?
Nah, you fucking retarded nigga. He's the local high school star football player. He's on an island with 4,000 people. He knows probably all of them. The fuck are you talking about, nigga? Press 1. This is what I'm saying. Black people think that they secretly took him to Gilligan's Island and killed him and then snuck away in the cover of night. Black people are so retarded, man. Even the judge. This is a judge. This is a judge. This is one of our judges who hasn't done any research on the case, or either he's friends with Crump. And I'm sure Judge Mathis is friends with Crump. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's friends with Crump.
So you must have asked those questions. If you didn't, that's more evidence that I believe contributed to the reasonable suspicion. So I'm with the prosecutor. How about that so far? So you won't have to say that the judge is making conclusions without getting the evidence. The prosecutor has found enough evidence to create a reasonable suspicion that a crime occurred. And now they're going to interview everybody and come up with some answers on whether to indict. So I'm there with the prosecutor so far. Take it to the grand jury. Now I have to wait until what the grand jury comes back with before I support any charge or any lack of charges.
He wants that boy to be killed. He giddy. He giddy thinking about that boy being killed by some.
I'm saddened this morning. I'm saddened this morning. All the fact that the young man parents is going to have to walk down the aisle of that church to bury their son today. And I don't know, but boy, when I tell you, man, racism and the hatred for black people is real. And I was in Florida yesterday. I went to my son's job, and I saw a lot of Argentinians going to the Argentina game. And I saw my son, I had a front row at watching my son deal with racism. And I watched how Argentinians was coming out of that building where my son worked, and how they was staring at him and looking him up and down and making eye contact with him and not acknowledging him. And I could just see the hatred. And just my son said that the Hispanic community and Argentinians, they so damn racist that he'd be glad to see white people. That's really bad. And the fact that we got to bury that young man today, and everybody got to live through the same trauma that when they killed Emmett Till, when they killed Dr. King, when they killed Malcolm X, when they killed just that trauma of racism, bad. And the fact that We got to bury that young man today, and everybody got to live through the same trauma that when they killed Emmett Till, when they killed Dr. King, when they killed Malcolm X, when they killed just that trauma of racism that black folks have to go through, man. It's just absolutely sad and sickening. And I've seen a lot of it over these years. And they're saying that the FBI is going to get involved. The FBI is ran by the Trump administration. What kind of justice you think that the FBI is going to give to this family under this particular administration? And I really miss the days, when I wasn't living at the time, but I remember seeing Muhammad Ali and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and a lot of athletes, man, that stood up for justice and put their whole careers and everything on the line to stand for what's right. And man, if I would have saw Ole Miss and Mississippi State players and different players from different football teams put pressure on that state or whatever, because the only thing they can understand is violence and money. They don't understand and respect anything else. But just the racism and the racial tension that you feel all over the country, and the fact that they killed that boy, and you know they killed him. You know they killed him. We all know that they killed him. How? I'm just curious as to how. I'm not curious of whether they did or not. I'm just curious to how. And what did they do in the cover-up? And it just gives me anxiety and butterflies to know that some parents got to walk down that aisle and bury their son today. And the parents, they want us to think about and focus on celebrating his life. And it's hard to celebrate his life when he's supposed to still be living. There's too many of you crying. I just feel terrible. I am outraged that here it is, 2026, that we still dealing with stuff like this. And it's not helping, because at least back then you had the Kennedy administration that would send federal troops down here and there to protect black people as they sat in the counter, or to protect the Freedom Riders or whatever. And now you don't have that anymore, because you have a white supremacist. 70-something million people voted for Donald Trump, voted for white supremacy, to let you know that how they really feel about you. If nothing else, even if you don't agree with the policy, just the fact that you voted for a known white supremacist says a lot about how this country feel about black people. And I know I'm not wrong, because I know what I experience as a black man. I know what I experience when I go to the grocery store, or walking through the airport, or sitting on the plane. Had a group of white people that thought I was a damn basketball player and was loud with it. You play basketball? Let me see, do you play basketball or you play football? Just trying to make conversation, being kind of trying to be funny.
This nigga damn near 70 years old. Talk about some white people came. This nigga 70 years old, bro. This nigga, he at least 65. Ricky Smiley at least 65 years old. I remember white people asked me, did I play basketball? Yo, niggas, oh, God, man.
Whatever. And I said, no, I don't play no basketball, but I'm a goddamn author. That's for sure. And that's all you need to know. Oh, man. No, I'm an author. No, I'm not a basketball or football player, that's for sure. Yeah.
I'm a comedian. Why you ain't say you was a comedian, nigga? He's scared to tell the white people he a comedian, press 1. He's scared to tell the white people he a comedian. Oh, you're a basketball player? No, I'm an author. You ain't no fucking author. You a comedian, nigga. You known for being a comedian, nigga. Tell them white people you a comedian, nigga. Can you tell us a joke? I didn't see the white people right there like that. Tell us a joke. He said, well, I don't have my, I really don't tell jokes. I just dress up like women and act like, I just dress up like old. I just put a dress on and act like an old lady. My whole routine is putting a dress on and acting like an old church lady. Oh. Okay, well, where's your dress? Where's your dress? Is it in the bag? They got a changing room right there. You can go put your dress on and then do your bit for us, Blackie. Wow.
That nervous laughter, that tension in the grocery store. I just don't know why black people are hated so much. Hated.
Come on, man. You know. Stop playing, Ricky. You know why black people are hated so much. Now you gaslighting. We got 4 people that supported the show today. Let's see if we can get another 6 people to sponsor the show today, man. You guys do know that we need your support, man. We do need your support. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. We need your support, man. We need your support. We demonetized and we're building a platform for you guys. Think about it. Simultaneously demonetized and building a new platform for the Ock Nation. Think about that. I'm demonetized and I'm simultaneously building a new platform for Ock Nation. And we got people in Ock Nation just like, hey, sucks to be you, man. Good luck.
And then black people attacking Ben Crump and Al Sharpton. That's the flip side of it. People that's trying to stand up for injustice and caring for families that's dealing with all this kind of public trauma and stuff. And then they start getting attacked by their own people. Man, this is a crazy world we live in. Just continue to trust God, continue to vote, continue to try to get people to vote, and just continue to do what you're doing, man. Thank y'all for listening. But make sure you keep the family, Nolan, his family lifted up in prayer. God bless you.
Yikes. Yikes. Holy smoke. Yikes.
In Brooklyn, looking for the man in the surveillance video who they say shot an 18-year-old woman in the chest while trying to steal her purse. Now, this happened in Crown Heights. on a number 2 train platform just before midnight last night. Eyewitness News reporter Jaysha Patel live in Crown Heights with the latest on this story. Jaysha.
David, Sandra, good afternoon. You can imagine just how scary this situation was, not only for this victim, but the crowd of people that was down on this platform when this shooting happened. We know this 18-year-old woman was shot in the chest because police say the suspect was trying to take her bag, and police rushed the victim to the hospital. She is in stable condition this morning, but the suspect got away. Police are still trying to find him, and we have surveillance video that matches the description of the man that police are looking for. So take a look at your screen. You can see in the video a man walking by a deli that's right by this subway stop. Police say the suspect was wearing a red Yankees hat with a white logo, black shorts, black sneakers, black face mask, and backpack. And then last night in this Citizen app video, you can see the crowd of people on the platform as police officers were walking over, trying to figure out what exactly was going on. Now, we know the victim was shot on the downtown number 2 subway platform at the President Street Medgar Evers College Station around 11:45 last night. And police say the suspect yanked the victim's purse. There was some sort of scuffle, and then the suspect fired a gun at her, striking her in the chest. One bullet fragment was recovered here at the scene, and police officers rushed the victim to Kings County Hospital in their police cruiser. And this morning, I spoke to one woman who says she was there last night when the victim was shot, and another woman who lives nearby and takes the subway every day.
It stopped on President Street. I heard a gunshot. Boom. Everybody dunked down. Hope that girl was okay. And then because my brother lives here, and you know, kids is here, the school is right there. So it's just like, it's so sad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very mindful now, and you know, I like to start my days early. So now I'm gonna start early and get in early because guns don't have eyes.
And police say that officers found the victim's bag about 2 miles away from where we are this morning around Pacific Street. It appears like the suspect discarded the bag after he took whatever he wanted from inside of it. But again, we know the 18-year-old victim who was shot in the chest was taken to the hospital, and she is in stable condition this morning. But at this hour, police are still searching for the suspect.
And thanks for joining us tonight for your 10 at 10 on Fox 9 and Fox Local. I'm Randy Meyer. Our top story tonight, the Ramsey County Sheriff hosting a community meeting to address concerns about Somali youth gangs. Maury Glover was there and joins us live with the details. And Maury, this ended up being a delicate topic, but one the sheriff felt was necessary.
Well, that's right. Our cameras were not allowed in the meeting because some parents did not want their kids to know they were here. Still, the sheriff had a lot to say about what he calls a growing problem.
There's never a good time to have a hard conversation. That's the problem. But the longer we go not having this conversation, the more people are going to die.
You want rookie on the drill? You want rookie on the drill?
Says there are 12 Somali gangs involving about 300 young people who are responsible for 14 murders and more than 100 shootings over the last couple of years. Investigators say many of these crimes involve automatic weapons and are fueled by social media. Now, Sheriff Fletcher says the goal of the meeting is to educate Somali parents about the scope of the issue and get them to work with law enforcement to solve the problem.
Most of the parents are not aware where their kids at. Their kids are out in the middle of the night until sometimes at 6 in the morning, and parents don't know where they at. And that's why we have a meeting today to let the community know and have the parents on our side, because we need a strong community policing if we want to solve this problem. And you know, parents play a big part of this.
We are so sad as community. We don't know. We need help, and we need a stand of these problems and to eliminate and to do something with our community, because we are suffering. Some of them, they already get the pain, and some they're in a fear. Maybe your son will be killed. Maybe you don't know what will happen in the future.
I do hope that, you know, some of the mothers here that have lost youth, I hope that they get something from this. I hope that they're heard. And, you know, I hope that the Somali youth that are in gangs find a better path and ideally, you know, find better role models and exit the life.
Now, in all, about 200 people showed up for the meeting, which lasted about an hour. And the sheriff says he'll have another meeting in a couple of weeks that will focus on solutions. Reporting live in Arden Hills, Maury Glover, Fox 9.
All right.
Somali gangs, man.
Because we are suffering. Some of
Jesus Christ. Somali gangs running wild. How long did they think that was going to take? Somali gangs.
$100,000, that's the bond for a Southwest Memphis woman accused of fatally shooting a man allegedly found hiding under her juvenile daughter's bed. Kendra Scott was in court today to face a charge of first-degree murder for the death of Rodarius Morton. Braille Brown spoke with Scott's attorneys about their confidence in representing her.
Kendra Scott stood before the judge draped in a Shelby County jumpsuit while her family sat in the gallery for emotional support. Her attorneys say that they believe that the state would have a challenge to pursue a first-degree murder charge. Currently, her bond is set at $100,000.
Well, the challenges I'm seeing are for the state in trying to go forward on first-degree murder charges. You've got a woman who is kind of living out your worst nightmare as a parent.
This is the first time your news leader is getting a look at Kendra Scott in person for her bond hearing. She was also ordered to stay away from the victim's family. Scott is charged with fatally shooting Rodarius Morton at her home along the 3000 block of Travis Road. She reportedly told investigators, quote, "I did what I had to do."
To expect anybody to be able to act in a cool, calm manner, premeditate any sort of action is just unrealistic. I think even the best of us, the worst of us, any of us would be acting irrationally given this set of circumstances.
Morton died from a gunshot wound to the back of his head. Investigators say he was allegedly invited to Scott's residence by a juvenile and entered through the back door at 1 a.m. Scott's attorneys say at this moment they are unsure if the state's new stand your ground law will play a part in this case as they await doorbell footage and an autopsy report.
I don't know enough about what led to the actual shooting. I don't know if there was a scuffle. I don't know if it was an accidental discharge. I just don't know.
The juvenile told police Scott previously told her if she saw a boy in the home, she would shoot him.
It's my understanding that Ms. Scott did not know this person. And I don't know how they met. That's something we'll look into. My guess is that this was somebody who was looking for young people online, and he found a vulnerable 13-year-old, and you know what happened next.
Scott's next appearance in court will be August 3rd. We'll be sure to keep you updated both on air and online. Reporting for your news leader, Braille Brown, WREG News Channel 3.
I talked to a man off camera who remembers 36-year-old Erica Pedroza as a nice neighbor. He also remembers the day she was murdered, thinking it was odd he didn't hear anything next door. Now court documents finally reveal what investigators believe was going on inside the home. From the beginning, new documents say the evidence led back to the victim's husband, Seth Smith Robinson, who was eventually arrested in Tennessee. His DNA found on the gun used to kill Pedroza. But they don't believe he acted alone, hiring a man from out of state named Dalvin Carter to help kill his wife and stage it like a robbery.
I can tell you that there are no obvious signs of forced entry to the home.
That was 3 years ago, and it wasn't until detectives got a tip in 2025 that they discovered exactly why. According to Carter, he was offered $15,000 cash to take some jewelry. Robinson let him inside the house, then Carter claimed to get spooked and run back outside when he says he heard several gunshots. After the crime, Carter went home to Arkansas, where an IMPD detective would eventually track him down and start building a case. As of Tuesday, however, Carter is not yet in IMPD's custody. The department saying in a statement, quote, "It is important not to get ahead of the process. Our focus remains on locating the individual and ensuring accountability through arrest. We are committed to continuing our efforts until that happens." As for Robinson, documents say a woman contacted police saying she'd had an affair with him in 2021, but ended it after finding out he was married. And Robinson called her one day after the murder, asking if she'd seen the news. That same day, investigators also believe Robinson drove to Ohio to buy a new car alongside another woman he was having an affair with and had gotten pregnant. Robinson said he thought it would make him feel better, but it did not. According to online records, Robinson still faces a murder charge as well, and a bench trial is scheduled for August 13th. In Canby, Scarlett O'Hara, Fox 59 News.
Murder for hire. Murder for hire. $15,000. And the goddamn hitman is now going to testify against you in court.
And new at 6 o'clock, a local sheriff found guilty by a federal jury for creating a hostile work environment for female jail officers. The county ended up paying $250,000 to those now former jail officers. Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez live outside the DeKalb County Jail. So, Taisha, you've been looking into this for a while now.
And they believe they deserve so much more money for what they say they went through every time they walked through these doors. But for some of them, it wasn't all about the money. It's about accountability for those at the top.
I don't care where you're working. You should not have to endure being sexually harassed.
This former DeKalb County jail officer asked us to hide her identity so she won't lose her current job in law enforcement. Back in 2022, days after she says she was forced to resign, she sued her old boss, DeKalb County Sheriff Melody Maddox, after she and 5 other female jailers say Maddox created a hostile work environment. In this federal lawsuit, the female jailer said Sheriff Maddox allowed male inmates to perform sexual acts in front of them, threatened to rape them, and they never knew when the inmates would pop out of their cells because, quote, the locks remained broken and inmates were out of their cells and in public areas without authorization. One jailer said in this complaint she, quote, was under the leadership of 3 different sheriffs during her tenure. The sexually hostile work environment was the worst under the current Sheriff Maddox.
Most hurtful part of the whole situation is the narrative that they was trying to push is part of the job. It's not part of your job to be sexually harassed.
Sheriff Maddox declined to comment on the guilty verdict and declined to answer any questions about the current status of the broken locks on inmates' doors. She also wouldn't tell us which account the county paid the former female jailers the $250,000 a jury awarded.
The money is nice, but the most important part or reason for this was for change. I guess she feels because she's the sheriff, she don't have accountability.
That trial lasted a week long, and I want to mention this. Before the jury found the sheriff guilty, Maddox said during testimony that staffing shortages and ongoing problems with the infrastructure of this jail were part of the problem. We're live in DeKalb County. Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
Let's hope now they look at that stuff and go ahead and make some changes. Taisha, thank you.
A Channel 2 Action News exclusive. An attorney is accused of smuggling drugs into jail. He and 3 other suspects are now facing charges. Here they are. Channel 2 Cobb County Bureau Chief Michelle Newell is live at the jail. Michelle, investigators say the drugs were soaked into papers the attorney delivered to his client.
Yeah, it wasn't about what was written on papers that mattered. Investigators say a dangerous synthetic drug disguised as legal documents and Muslim prayers made it into the Cobb County jail.
All attorneys are not bad. It's just one we're talking about.
On Instagram, attorney Joseph Anfield L. markets himself as a champion and friend to his clients.
Anfield L. Law is a firm that is compassionate about what they're going through.
But investigators say the attorney wasn't just representing his clients at the Cobb County jail.
He didn't respect this facility, and in my mind, he didn't service clients. Yeah, he serviced them, but not the way they should have been serviced, with legal services.
Attorney Anfield L. is accused of profiting from a criminal enterprise to smuggle highly dangerous synthetic marijuana into the Cobb County jail.
This incident here was really, we had an astute deputy paying attention to what the attorney was doing.
It was observed during an attorney visit that the attorney brought materials in, paperwork, and the attorney did not leave with materials. That material did contain the K2. It was then distributed, throughout the jail.
The months-long investigation also led agents to 3 other people they say played key roles in the operation. Investigators say Monet Mohammed disguised the drugs inside what appeared to be legal documents and Muslim prayers. They say attorney Anfield L. delivered those documents to Sean Harris inside the jail, and that Harris and James Baltimore sold the drugs to other inmates.
I'm a reporter with WSB-TV.
I contacted the attorney's law firm and left a message with his receptionist.
The agents worked extremely hard amongst themselves and with the prosecutors at the district attorney's office to produce the case.
That's paramount to me, keeping every inmate and or detainee that's in this facility safe. And it's my job, just as it is to keep the citizens of Cobb County safe.
The Sheriff's Office MCS Narcotics Unit leading this investigation. The alleged crimes happened last year. Sheriff Owen says he actually alerted all sheriffs in Metro Atlanta about what happened. We have a full statement from the Cobb County District Attorney's Office about their involvement in this investigation on WSBTV.com. Live from Cobb County, Michelle Newell, Channel 2 Action News.
Michelle, shocking. Now even paper may not be what it looks like.
Wow. I tell you, man, the beat goes on.
We are pushing for answers after 2 juveniles are injured in a mass shooting in South Baltimore. Alexa Ashwell talked with neighbors and joins us live now from Mount Winans with what we know about the case. Alexa.
Yes, Maxine, Baltimore police confirm still no arrests in this case. Detectives have been out here much of the day. We can see law enforcement still behind me. It looks like first responders cleared out some blood that was still on the sidewalk. Detectives have been focused on this area outside the convenience store as well as the neighborhood street just to my left where we saw 1 car with bullet holes. We also spoke with neighbors who have many unanswered questions. Baltimore police returning to the scene of last night's mass shooting here off Hollands Ferry Road in South Baltimore. Detectives and crime lab technicians were found combing the neighborhood block behind this convenience store. Evidence markers placed throughout the street. Bullet holes could be found in at least 1 car as investigators had another towed away. Neighbors left wondering how a mass shooting has now claimed their otherwise quiet community.
It's hard to believe we didn't have shooting in my time.
In a call for shooting, 2412 Puget, 2412 Puget. Our friend shot in the head and he shot in the mouth.
According to Baltimore police, officers responded to find 2 victims, an 18-year-old male and a 21-year-old male with gunshot wounds, the 21-year-old critically injured. Moments later,
I got somebody flagged me down at the firehouse on Annapolis.
Another 18-year-old male victim appeared at a nearby fire station with a gunshot wound. And then 3 more victims, 2 17-year-old males and a 19-year-old male, showed up at an area hospital with gunshot wounds, bringing the mass shooting victim total to 6.
Well, I can imagine they would be afraid.
So you came here to check on them?
Yes.
Welton Lloyd is a lifelong resident of this community and ran into us while checking on his family, who lives even closer to where this mass shooting happened. Many here left wondering what led up to this shooting, especially involving juveniles. We asked Baltimore police about a believed motive, if this was a believed exchange of gunfire, where it all started, and any information on arrests.
It's surprising, but nowadays things happen. Yes, surprising.
Did it
We had
scare your-
fights and everything, being kids, but otherwise no killings, shooting.
I did ask the convenience store if they have any surveillance. I'm still waiting to hear back from Baltimore police as well. Anyone with any information on this case is asked to contact the department. Reporting live in South Baltimore, Alexa Ashwell, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.
And the attack involving 10 inmates, 11 lives. Cody Alcorn is live tonight outside the jail on Wright Street. So, Cody, you say security cameras captured all that happened?
It did. In fact, the victim was on the phone in a common area here at the jail when the sheriff's office says he was stabbed multiple times. Here is what we know about this attack. It happened on June 1st, but warrants were just signed last week. The sheriff's office says surveillance video shows an inmate walk up to the victim and without warning starts stabbing him. The second inmate jumps in, also armed with a shank. Surveillance video then shows 8 more inmates, all carrying shanks, rush in and repeatedly stab this victim. Now, I did reach out to the sheriff's office to find out an update on the victim's condition, who, by the way, is no longer listed as a current inmate. Tonight, the sheriff's office sent a one-sentence statement saying this is still an active investigation. Now, we also looked into the criminal cases that put these 10 inmates behind bars, and at the time of this attack in early June, 8 of these inmates were charged with murder. Tonight, we have those 10 mugshots of these inmates you're looking at right now. Investigators say these inmates are behind bars, again, charged with murder. And I can tell you, 2 of them, one with aggravated assault and the other is with armed robbery. But again, 8 of these 10 inmates at the time of this attack were charged with murder. And of course, this comes as the Fulton County Jail is under federal scrutiny. In a 2024 federal investigation, these investigators found that inmates were around a lot of violence here. In fact, they say weapons were commonly found, I should say shanks, and that also they found that the staff would not properly intervene. On this warrant that we got tonight, it does not say how long this attack happened before staff rushed to help this victim. Live in Atlanta, Cody Alcorn, 11 Alive News.
Yeah, very disturbing situation there, Cody. Thanks a lot. And I'm glad you pointed that out, because just last week, Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt hosted a town hall meeting to talk about solutions to overcrowding. The sheriff's office is now pushing a new policy to stop accepting most people arrested on misdemeanor charges. Instead, many of those detainees will be housed in smaller city jails, including East Point, Alpharetta, and Atlanta. Meanwhile, county leaders continue to debate plans to overhaul the jail and who should actually pay for it.
All right, is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Ms. Conley?
Good morning to the court.
Good morning.
We're here before the court as a result of the jury verdict on April the 1st of 2019 on indictment number 17 SC 149755. I have sent to the court and to defense counsel.
This is a crazy story. I can't let you watch the whole thing. It's boring right now. But we'll cover that case one day. One day we'll cover that one. It takes too long. We'll cover the actual story.
Now at 4, the family of a Douglasville woman shot and killed 2 weeks ago says they are still searching for some kind of justice.
Yeah, that's right. They say that her killer should not be allowed to roam the streets. Atlanta News First. Bridget Spencer is live from Old Hapeville Road in South Atlanta. Bridget, she was just laid to rest.
Right. Her funeral was just a few days ago, just last week. She was shot here along Old Hapeville Road, just off of Cleveland Avenue, just earlier this month. I talked to her cousin today about the indescribable pain that this family is going through.
She was just a light that walked into the room, right? Like people just gravitated to her.
19-year-old Dreanna Shellman still had a whole lot of life ahead of her.
She was a behavioral therapist working with autistic children before she passed.
Tragedy struck on July 6th. Atlanta police say Shellman was shot and killed off Old Hapeville Road. Her family says she was hanging out with a friend when her friend's boyfriend opened fire.
He shot at his girlfriend's vehicle while Dreanna was sitting in the back seat. And the bullet went through the vehicle, and ultimately killed her. This is a man who shot into a vehicle with women because he was upset, my understanding, over an argument he had with his girlfriend. That's not someone who we want on the streets.
Now, 2 weeks later, Atlanta police have not announced any arrests, and that's what's frustrating to the family. Speaking from New York after just coming back from the funeral, Cherie Turner is pleading for witnesses to come forward and for her cousin's killer to go ahead and turn themselves in.
Dreanna was completely innocent. This wasn't her. She didn't have any arguments, beef with this person. Please contact the police, and if you know him and you know where he is, let the police know, because this could be your family member.
And we have been staying on top of police. We checked in with APD and they said that they are actively still working this case. If there's any information that you might know about what happened that night, you're certainly encouraged to give police a call. Remember, you can.
What do they mean? Tell the police where he's at. He hasn't been charged. He's not charged with anything. Free kill.
East Point police want to find the person who shot a Good Samaritan as she passed out food to the needy. The horrific shooting happened Wednesday morning as Dorothy Gordon handed out baked goods from the trunk of her car. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from Grady Memorial Hospital, where she just talked with the 75-year-old son.
Well, good afternoon, Christine. This shooting has angered a whole lot of community members and even veteran lawmen, and it's left 75-year-old Dorothy Gordon here at Grady Memorial Hospital with a bullet still lodged in her back.
I think it was terrible. You know, it's just, you never know what's going to happen, and somebody's trying to do the right thing, and then stuff like this happen.
Justin Gordon is flabbergasted that someone would shoot his mother, Dorothy Gordon, at 9 o'clock in the morning as she passed out food Wednesday at the Chevron on Washington Road in East Point.
Mom usually donates food, so she was handing out food at the gas station, and then some stray bullet struck my mom in the back.
East Point police say the shooter took off. Crime Stoppers has posted a $5,000 reward for anyone with information. Even police are livid behind the senseless shooting.
Right now, I mean, I get the reward, but right now our biggest reward is finding out exactly what happened. We're angry by this, we're saddened by this, and we want to bring the family justice.
And East Point police say there were really a lot of people in the area when this shooting happened on Wednesday morning. They are asking anyone with information to give Crime Stoppers a call. That number is 404-577-TIPS. That is the very latest from downtown. Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, we do wish her well in her recovery. Angelique, thanks so much.
Well, new at 10, a St. Pete mother is grieving the loss of her daughter and searching for answers. 29-year-old Tamara Williams, a mother of 5, was killed in an early morning crash just hours after Cinco de Mayo. It happened on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Street South near 9th Terrace South. It is a stretch of road that her family says has long been plagued by speeding drivers.
So here we are now more than a month later. St. Pete police say no charges have been filed. Fox 13's Jennifer Vega spoke with the victim's mother about her heartbreak and why she's now demanding justice.
And just the thought of just like knowing I have this chain and now that a link is missing, it's devastating.
Denosa Addison is still struggling to make sense of the loss of her daughter, 29-year-old Tamara Williams.
The hurt that I feel, I can tell you, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Sleepless nights, not eating.
Trying to be present with Williams's 5 daughters while processing her own grief.
Funny, energetic, family person, loving. Tamara had a love for friends.
Now, she says things are quiet without her. After what happened here on Dr. MLK Jr. Street South in the early morning hours of May 6th. Tamara was a passenger in a Toyota Camry backing out of the gas station when it collided into a Jeep Wrangler heading south.
I think I lost it. I don't know why. I jumped out of the car and running down the highway like I get there any faster.
Tamara died at the scene.
I just feel like something ought to be done.
She says, especially because, according to St. Pete Police's crash report, the posted speed limit is 35 miles per hour. and the Jeep driver was clocked going 50.
They say you have to drive for you and everybody else.
Yeah, but doesn't it seem like who at fault was the driver of her car who was backing out of the I feel like the driver of her car was backing out of the parking lot into oncoming traffic. Like, they didn't get hit on this side of the road. They backed across 2 lanes into the other side of the road. I don't think that this is. I don't think the police can charge that driver, even though he was going 15 miles above the speed limit. I feel sorry for this woman. I feel sorry for her daughter. The driver did some stupid shit. But there's no charges here. Press 1. There's no charges there. There's no charges here. Dude, let me tell you something, man. From 8 o'clock this morning until right before the show, I was working on retrieving videos from Ock Nation TV, trying to get the videos that were, because they're gone. Like 10,000 videos, right? They're all gone. I was working with AI all day trying to find them. There's one guy who's online who had done about 900 of my videos and had downloaded them on a channel he has on BitChute. And there was another Korean, I swear, a Korean guy who had downloaded a bunch of my videos. So I'm chasing, I'm working with the AI operator, chasing these down all over the fucking internet. Because what YouTube did when they zapped that channel, they deleted all the videos. Every single video is deleted. All those videos deleted. I spent all day trying to track them down any way I could. Scoured the internet, scoured the for anybody. We found, and like I said, I found 2 people that have been using my content on their platforms. And that equals about 400 videos. But I got 10,000 videos on the Ock Nation News channel. I'm just trying to find that content so I can put it on the site. Because like, you guys don't understand, like, when y'all see me very tired, you gotta understand what I'm working on, man. I'm working on a lot of shit, man. Right? So I'm not trying to make no excuse, because it is very hard. I know that. I'm not trying to make no excuse. But look, so I found 400 of them, right? But now the thing I gotta do of those of the other videos from Ock Nation TV is I found 400 of them, but now I gotta get the actual videos. I found where they're at. Like I told you, it was a Korean guy who had a bunch of my videos on his channel. There was another guy who had because people, you gotta understand, people reuse my content without telling me. Which now I'm glad. I would have been mad before, but now I'm glad that people have made channels with my content, because now I can actually, now when YouTube's after it, I can actually get some of it. So I've been working all day trying to get some as much of that stuff back as possible. Chasing these, you don't understand how it is chasing down videos all around the world, just on the internet, trying to find anything associated with Aqua Nation TV. That's a tough thing, man. So that's why I put this channel on my on the website. If you look at the header, right? You'll see this channel called TV Archive. It's the channel where I'm gonna put every Aqua Nation TV video that I find on the internet. Somehow I'm gonna put them all on there because it's fucked up that they get to zap all your content. They should at least give you your content. Press 1. But once they zap your shit, they delete all your shit. Once they zap your channel, they delete everything, and you can't get it. I'm just happy that Korean guy and this other guy had been using my content on been had channels that where they just take my videos and upload them and get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like they you know what I mean? They just pirated my shit. I wish they would have pirated all of it. But yeah, chasing that down. I mean, I wish I could show you the AI thread. The AI thread today from 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock tonight. Okay? And that's just about every day, because you got to understand, creating, like if you look at the website, if you actually go to the website is like, it's like literally, it's really good, man. The website is really good. And it takes a lot to do it. I'm obsessed with it. And every day I'm working with the AI agent, working on the website, trying to get everything really good. That's why when you whenever you press a button, it takes you where you're supposed to go. Whenever you hit whenever you pay for something, you get it. You know what I mean? That's why I've been and I've been working on that all day, every day, man. Because remember before that channel got zapped? Who remembers before that? That channel got zapped on the 10th. Who remembers before that what I was saying? I know some of y'all still in here. Who remembers before that what I was saying? What was I saying before that? Before July 10th, when they zapped that channel, I said, I gotta hurry up and create a platform because they're gonna try to get rid of me. Press 1. Press 1. I said I gotta hurry up and create a platform because they're gonna try to hurry up and get rid of me. I was saying that for weeks and months. So when they did that, it just put me into overdrive. When they did that, it just put me into overdrive. And these last couple of weeks, man, I just been working all day. Like I have my kids be on the tablet. I'll be on the computer. Make my kids something to eat, come back, work with the shit. Play with my kids a little bit, work with the shit. Because I got my kids all day. School's out. It's summertime. My daughter's not in school. My son's not with his daycare. So the kids is home all day. I'm home with the kids all day. All day, Jack. Right? So it's like I got them. I'm working on the site because I feel like a lot of pressure to do that because you got to understand they zapped everything. They didn't just say, all right, your shit is down here, but here goes your content. They zapped it. Boom. All of it. So I got it. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm stay-at-home dad in the summertime, man. Summertime, boy. I love it though. I love it, man. I love having my kids, man. I love having my kids, man. Seeing them get to do stuff that I didn't get to do. Letting my kids do stuff I didn't get to do when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Oh, I love having my kids with me. I love it. I'm happy. You know, I love having my kids with me. But I still got to do this. And this stuff, man, I'm telling you, building a website like I built, listen, building a website like I built, that encompasses everything. Community chat, live stream, a live stream where it's literally a real live stream with all the bells and whistles of all the other platforms. Then I got the community chat that's modeled after X and Facebook. Then I got the replays of all my the replay of every live stream. You can see that. Like when the live stream is over, you can go to the replays and watch the show again. Then I got the merch store. You gotta understand, I got the merch store where I got all my merch. On the site. It's not like separate. My merch store is on the site. It's not a link you click to go to the merch store. It's on the site. All this stuff takes code. You got to put all these different codes and this and link with this and that. Linked it to this app and that app and this payment shit and that payment shit and link it and da-da-da-da-da and do all this shit. Okay? And it's really two websites in one. It has one side, if you look at it, is the Caitlin Clark side and the WNBA side, which is blue. Which is racer blue and fire orange. And you got the community over there to see where you can, same thing, it's just a mirror of the Ock Nation community. But it's for basketball and women's basketball for those fans that I had on the Ever channel. So it's like two websites in one. It's two websites in one. And then you go back to the Ock Nation side. You got to, listen. I know people who I showed this website to, people that not people that's in Ock Nation or nothing like that, but people that I know that's into like graphic design and web building and shit. They tell me my website is state of the art. It's one of the best websites they ever seen. They say it's one of the best websites they've ever seen. How did I do this? I said, well, of course. I mean, I use AI, but I also worked hard on it. And I spent a lot of money on it. You know how much money I spent on this thing? How much money I put into this motherfucking thing? He said, justice. I might do that. Yeah, Colin had hundreds. Colin had 10,000 videos probably. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm working on retrieving those videos any way I can, wherever they are on the web. Wherever they are on the web, I'm trying to, because I'm looking at finding those videos, man. But yeah, man. And tomorrow, listen, and tomorrow when I wake up, what you think I'm gonna do tomorrow? What do you think I'm gonna be doing tomorrow when I wake up? I'll be working on the channel. Working on that website. Because eventually, everything doesn't happen overnight. They say if you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. Everything doesn't happen overnight. I know that. I'm 48 years old. I know everything doesn't happen overnight. I know that. I know things do not happen overnight. But eventually, that website is going to be huge. There's going to be a huge media thing on the internet. And one thing I know, one thing have had to do, we've all had to do, is overcome setbacks. And when things don't go our way, like when they zap that channel, man, it crushed me, man. You hear me, man? That shit crushed me. That shit crushed me. I didn't show it. I don't show it to y'all. But that's 8 years of work every day. You guys know how I go live every day. I used to go live every single day, 4 or 5 hours. If you real Ock Nation, you remember 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. Before I hit the wall and started falling asleep all the time. Those 5 years, 2020 to 2024, I went to sleep. I mean, I went live 5 hours a day every single day. Press 1 if you was around there. And I made videos on my other channel. 100 videos a month, pre-recorded videos a month. All that's gone. All of that's gone on that Ock Nation channel. All that's gone. All that's gone. Just one, boom, gone. That's what I'm doing, Jimmy. You think I'm not working on that, Jimmy? Jimmy, if you think I'm not working on that, you're crazy. Jimmy, I'm working on that. I'm working on that, Jimmy. I'm working on that, Jimmy. I'm working on that, Jimmy. Jimmy, I am working on that. But I'm also working on finding whatever the ones that got zapped. I'm also working on finding them. I'm doing all of that. You gotta understand. I'm doing all that. I'm like a detective right now. I'm like a forensic scientist, but a internet forensic scientist looking for all my videos. I found a Korean guy who had like, I don't even know how, he had like 100 of my videos. I can't even remember how many, but he had a bunch of my videos on his channel. He just uploaded them on his channel. I found that today from that channel. 100 videos from that channel he uploaded. I'm working hard, man, trying to find all the, man. He said, sons need to stop buying in the movies. Yeah, I should have said, yeah, some race shit. You're right. But listen, it wouldn't help because they zapped it. You got to understand. Say I sued them, right? What would I get when they already zapped them all? They deleted everything. That's how they get you. So they just, boom, all your shit gone. How can you, for what? That's what I've done, man. I have done that. I've done that. And you know, the next thing I'm gonna do, that's why I asked you guys to help me with this. That's why I asked you guys to help me with this. That's why I asked you guys to, that's why I asked you guys to share the video from my live stream. Watch on my live stream and hit the share button on my live stream so that the link that goes on the internet is not YouTube. The link that goes on the internet leads back to my live stream on my channel. That's why I said that's why I said share my videos, share it from my stream. That's why I say use my social media network. When this channel was monetized, remember when this channel was monetized, everybody had a membership. Not everybody, but I'll tell you this: we had 400 people who had memberships. We had 400 people who had memberships when this channel was monetized. It would change, you know what I mean? But it was always around 400. It for like years. It was always around 400 people who had memberships on this channel. Guess how many people got memberships on my website? Guess how many people got memberships on my website? Guess how many people got memberships on my website? So yeah, man. But I know that nothing is built overnight. You got to keep at it. You got to keep. You first, you got to have a good product. That's the first thing you got to do. The first thing you got to have is you got to have a good product. And then you got to give the people a reason to be there. And you know what? What I really want to do is I want to start doing live streams during the day. So when my kids go back to school, I'll be able to do a live stream during the day too. Yeah, Run Daz is close to it. Run Daz got it. It's about 30 people got memberships on Op Nation. 30 people got memberships on OpNationNews.com. When this channel, just this channel, not all of the channels, because the other channel I had like 400 members on the other channel. That got zapped. That 400 members on that channel. But I'm just talking about this channel that we're on right now had 400 members. It was always 400 members. It would be, for years, at least 400, right? Just on this channel. And you didn't get shit for it. Here's the thing. You didn't get nothing for your membership on YouTube. Press 1 if you ever got anything for being a member on YouTube. Press 1 if you ever got anything for being a member on my YouTube channel. I want to see people on live. Well, we getting out of here, Joe. We get out of here in a minute, but press 1 if you ever got anything for being a member. Or you become a member of our nation. You get stuff. I'm giving people stuff for being members of this channel because it's mine. YouTube, you can't really give nobody nothing. It's just they just doing it out the kindness of their heart. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna go to sleep. First, I gotta go clean up the kitchen. The kitchen is a mess. So I gotta clean up the kitchen. I'll probably make it to sleep at like 4:30. Get up at probably 7 and start it all over again, man. Jimmy, you said read your damn super chat. All right. Let me see. I didn't even know you made a super chat. Let me see. Jimmy says, I didn't even know you made a super chat, man. Oh man, jeez. Let me see. Jimmy says, I gotta change the mom, but I can read the whole damn thing. Oh man, jeez. Let me see. Jimmy said I gotta change the mom. Once it goes to the top, I can read the whole thing. All right, here we go. I got it. Oh man, I got you, Jimmy. Let me see. Jimmy said I gotta change the mom. Once it goes to the top, I can read the whole thing. All right, here we go. I got it. I got you, man. I got you, Jimmy. Let me see. Jimmy said I gotta change the mom. Once it goes to the top, I can read the whole thing. All right, here we go. I got it. I got you, man. I got you, Jimmy. Let me see. Jimmy said I gotta change the mom. Once it goes to yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. When you doing big shit, man, you don't get a lot of sleep. You don't get a lot of sleep when you're doing big shit. Jimmy says, here's a tenner for some no-dos to keep you on the case, Black Columbo. Salute, man. Hey, listen, man, I feel bad because it was a time I never fell asleep. Like, if you from Ock Nation, if you've been around for a while, I never fell asleep. I'm talking about, I went 5 years never falling asleep once on a stream. Ever. I never fell asleep, ever. It's like I just hit a wall, man. This last year and some change. Vitamin D3. Yeah, and listen, I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna do something, man. I'm gonna do something. Stop going to sleep though. I do want to do something. I want to give a better product, man. I want the show to be like it used to be, man. The show used to be documentary. That's why I'm so upset, because every show was like a documentary. Every single episode was like a documentary. I would do the gun memorial, Negroes from Negro Land. Every show was like a documentary. Yeah, RIP DVK, man. Every show was like a documentary. Every single night it was like a documentary. I want to bring that back. We would do the old Hezekiah news videos. See that the Sun Man been the same way he was. For the Sun Man was never oppressed. The Sun Man was always the same way he is now, except they spoke English better. Yeah, I saw that. I saw some of that. That's like I responded to you in the community section, Joe Curry. But yeah, salute to all you people, man. Great show, man. I gotta start bringing back the old days, man. The documentary style shows. Every show was a documentary. But thank you, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Black Columbo out.